What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be going over a few of the most important changes that are coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the Season 3 Black Ops 6 update. Yes, Verdansk is returning and we're going to have a lot to share with you. And then after we go over some of these updates, in honor of the HDR returning in Call of Duty Warzone, we're going to give you the top sniper and sniper support options you can be using right now in Call of Duty Warzone to prepare for Verdansk returning on April 3rd. Let's go over some of these changes and get you some loadouts. Bot lobbies are actually coming to Verdansk in Season 3 of Call of Duty Warzone. Verdansk is finally returning in Season 3 of Call of Duty Warzone, and we just got some huge updates, so this is everything you need to know. Season 3 rollout begins April 2nd, one day before the actual launch of Verdansk. Black Ops 6 Season 3 starts April 2nd at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but also April 2nd at 9 a.m. Warzone servers will be shut down. And then April 3rd at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Verdansk returns and Warzone servers go back online. There's also going to be a brand new game mode for casual players that will actually have bots in it. It is a Verdansk for casuals game mode that will have around 120 bots and 28 real players. So you can literally get bot lobbies. The AMAX, Kilo, HDR, and Kali sticks are returning. And yes, the Grau 556 is also making a comeback. But there's kind of a twist. The Grau is returning as a conversion kit to the SWAT 556 from Black Ops 6. That's a lot of sixes. But straight from the dev's mouth, the Grau 556 will fully be back, and it will feel just like the OG Grau, including the iron sights. And there's even a sneak peek of what looks like the OTS-9 in one of the images here from the Warzone update. So we could be getting the OTS-9 back as well. Floating loot is going to be back, along with the buy station menu going back to the vertical look. And this will also include a redeploy all option for your squad, so you can bring back all those teammates who couldn't win their gulag. The moving train is coming back to Verdansk, along with the OG train station coming back in Season 3 Reloaded. Verdansk will now have swimming. If you've been wanting to shoot while you free fall, that is also back. And the original gulag, yep, that's back too. Vehicle handling is getting a complete rebalance to feel like the OG vehicles in 2020, with smoother turns, better off-roading, and oh yeah, the Big Bertha returns, along with the redeploy balloons going bye-bye. It is finally going to feel like a battle royale again. Inspecting any weapon now shows you every single attachment on that specific weapon, whether it's yours, ground loot, or your enemies. You will also be able to launch Warzone on April 3rd to unlock the Milsim, Yusef, and Domino operators completely free inside of Warzone. If you log in on April 2nd while servers are shut down before the launch of Verdansk on April 3rd, you will get the Kilo completely free without having to do the battle pass. You'll just immediately have the Kilo. It seems like they're going to go in the complete opposite direction of Warzone 2, which means Warzone might finally be saved. All right, for our first set of loadouts, Car 98, we'll have the Car 98 on Verdansk again. It won't be like it was as far as how far it will one shot, but we have that, and we're pairing this with the AS Val. We'll have the AS Val back on Verdansk again as well. So for the Car 98, I'm rocking the X10 Intless AS7 optic, the Sonic Suppressor L muzzle, the Precision long barrel. This will give you a huge buff to bullet velocity and damage range and really maximize that out. We've got no stock here, and I like the high grain rounds. This is going to be better than high velocity rounds. It's just going to give you a farther one-shot range. This should all one-shot at 67.1 meters. And of course, that Sonic Suppressor L muzzle, that'll give you a max bullet velocity and damage range buff as well. Then for the AS Val, I like the Kepro Microflex here. I like the suppressed reinforced barrel. This will give you a bullet velocity and damage range buff. And then I like the extended mag too, along with the recoil springs, because it does have quite a bit of recoil. I'll show you guys kind of the base recoil here. So it kind of goes up and to the right just a tad bit. This makes it perfect for sniper support, man. I absolutely love this for sniper support. It really, really rips. Just really a lot of fun to use. And then boom, just bring out your sniper. Just so much fun. Next up, we have the C9 and the FJX. The C9 is still really, really fun to use as sniper support, and then the FJX is it's so good. And honestly, I think it's a little better than the Car 98. For the C9, I like the long barrel here, the Ranger foregrip, the extended mag 2, the ergonomic grip, and the infiltrator stock. This is just a really solid build for movement and things like that. Definitely rips. I really enjoy the C9 still. It's got a pretty crazy recoil pattern, but just kind of straight down, you should be just fine. Then for that FGX, we're using that Endless AS7 optic again, the Sonic Suppressor L muzzle, Fahrenheit 29-inch barrel. This will give you the best damage range buff and the best bullet velocity buff out there, along with providing some firing, aim stability, and hip fire accuracy, but mainly the damage range and bullet velocity buff. And then of course that Sonic Suppressor L muzzle, bullet velocity and damage range buff. And then the FGX Kilo Tac stock. This will give you that aim down sight speed and sprint to fire buff that we need a little bit extra for. And then the sprint speed and crouch movement speed as well. And we're rocking the high velo ammo because there's no high grain rounds, so we're using the high velo ammo for bullet velocity buff, and this will actually one shot up to 72.4 meters. Next up, we have the PPSH, but a little longer range PPSH paired with the LR762 from Black Ops 6. For this PPSH, I'm rocking the Volsky sight here, or use the Kepler, whichever makes you comfortable. I like the compensator muzzle, the reinforced barrel here. You can even pump it out to the long barrel if you want, vertical foregrip, and the extended mag too. We'll show this one to you in the firing range, but this definitely feels pretty solid, especially for a longer range PPSH build. Really solid for sniper support. And then for that LR762, we're rocking the suppressor here. This will give you no mini-map firing ping. The reinforced barrel will give you a damage range and bullet velocity buff. The quick draw grip for faster ADS time, and the overpressure rounds to really pump out that bullet velocity quite a bit. This will one shot up to 78.9 meters. Next up, we have the Cat AMR, and I'm pairing this with the WSP9. WSP9 still has a fantastic TTK and is really solid for sniper support. For the Cat AMR, we're rocking the Sonic Suppressor XL muzzle. This will give you that maximum bullet velocity and damage range buff, along with making you invisible on your enemy's radar. You want that Zang 34 barrel. This will give you another damage range and bullet velocity buff. The Ephemeral Quick Bolt will give you a rechambering speed buff as well, along with a tactical stock pad. This will give you a buff to aim down sight speed. And then the high grain rounds, this will really extend that one shot range all the way out to 121 meters. And then for that WSP9, I'm rocking the slate reflector sight here just to kind of give you a better optic for some sniper support. The billeted Break S muzzle, the WSP Reckless 90 long barrel, 50 round mag, and the high grain rounds here. Just still a very solid option for sniper support. Very solid TTK, very little recoil as well. Just some visual recoil you'll have to deal with. But damage per mag is fantastic. Taking down 3 to 4 enemies with one mag, and that's always a very solid option. Next up, we have the Frostline paired with the Striker. Striker 100% is probably I think it might be the best sniper support option, maybe other than the MCW. For this Frostline, we want to go with the suppressor here. I like the long barrel to really extend that damage range. Then we're rocking the Marksman pad. This will help you with that aim down sight focus a little bit. The quick draw riser to help give you a huge buff to aim down sight speed. And then the overpressured rounds to get that bullet on your enemy faster. And you should be able to one shot up to 73 meters with this particular build. Then for the Striker, man, Striker just so good. You can use it any way you want. I'm rocking the Suppressor S muzzle, the Striker Recon long barrel, Jack / underbarrel. This will give movement speed buffs and stuff like that. 48 round mag, and then the high grain rounds again. But man, the Striker is it's so good for sniper support. No matter what you're kind of putting on it, it is definitely S tier when it comes to sniper support, for sure. Then last but not least, this is one of my favorite loadouts to run as well. I'm rocking the MCW with the conversion kit, and then we're pairing this with the Moors sniper. For the MCW, we're rocking the Shadow Strike suppressor, the Mammoth heavy barrel. I like the 40 round mag here. Then we're rocking the Jack / underbarrel. I like the 40 round mag and the Jack Raven kit, of course. And remember, the MCW has the 600 TTK. Remember, that thing is so good. And for that Moor sniper, this is going to give you a very far range for sniping. It only says 76.2 meters here, but if you fully charge the barrel on this, it should be almost infinite, it feels like. So keep that in mind as long as you're hitting your headshots. We're rocking the Akalina LR stock optic. I also recommend that X10 Endless AS7 sight as well. The photonic charge barrel, this will give you huge buff to aim down sight speed and maximize the velocity and damage at full charge. Remember that full charge is definitely something to keep your eye on. Then quick bolt for the rechambering speed. Remember, you don't run out of ammo with this. There's no mag, so it's just you're constantly reloading. And then super light 90 stock and the anti-material slug rounds to maximize the damage as well. And just to kind of reference here what I'm talking about, so you want to fully charge the barrel by squeezing the trigger. You can do that while ADS. You can ADS into it, or you can charge it before you ADS, aim down sight, and hit headshots. It's actually crazy how good this is. If you guys are looking forward to Verdansk coming back in Call of Duty Warzone, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that noti bell, because we're gonna have tons of content for you. We'll have loadouts, we'll have Easter eggs, all that kind of stuff for you guys. We're covering all of that. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss a video like this or like any of these. We'll see you in the next one.